Hey y'all, it's Diana again. Well, I'm outside on Cousin Jean's front porch, and you can see how dark it is, and it's still relatively early in the day, and no lights at all inside the house except for some candles. So we're not going to be experiencing a good situation for a while. No television to watch anything good. Much harder to watch my YouTube now. I don't know if I'll be able to watch Marty when the podcast comes on. And if that turns out to be the case, hey y'all! This is what I was doing while y'all were on the podcast. Sitting out here on the porch trying to be safe in case another tornado comes this way. There's two come this way today. And now all the warning is for flash flood warnings. So, and we've still got rain. This front yard looks a whole lot like a pond, like I'm in the swamp. And we're a long way from a swamp. So, I was hoping to be able to, because I have my PJs on. Marty was having a PJ party. So I had my, you can't see it, my velvet robe and my gown that I wear a lot. And I was wanting to do a little video after her show and kind of discuss some of the topics that we talked about while I was still in my PJs, but that's not going to be the case today. So until I've got electricity, I don't know when I'll be able to get this uploaded. But as soon as I can, because I want y'all to know I'm safe, I'm okay, the ones of you that got the message on Facebook. And for those of you who have been my regular subscribers and ones who have commented on me, let me know, and I'd love to have you my Facebook friends. It's Diana Salami over there, just like it is over here. I try to be the same everywhere. It seems to be lightening up just a little bit now. I don't know. I'm tired of holding this thing in my hand. Normally I've got it on a tripod with a light. So, yes, I did get my phone to working. Finally, on Friday, we talked with a really good service person on the phone who walked me through everything he could think of to help me with my situation. Well, come to find out, I found out during that time is that you can delete anything you want to off of your phone, but it's not technically deleted until 30 days after you've deleted it, unless you go back and delete it a second time. I didn't know that. So all these programs and all these files, oh, I had almost 2,000 photographs that I had deleted. And I had deleted 117 or 18 videos. So I didn't know that they were still there. They were still eating up my space. Not good. So, it's hurting my arm holding this. I'm delicate, y'all. Y'all know I'm delicate. I think I found out what my medical issues were. I didn't think that it was coronavirus, but I thought it was a bad cold or the flu or something, because it did settle in my chest, but I never had a temperature and some of the other things that go along with coronavirus. So I still started doing some more research, and I found out that probably what I have is toxic nicotine poisoning. And the reason being because I had been using a very low form of nicotine, which was 4.8, not even 5 milligrams of nicotine. But I had been making my own. I had been using my own recipes and trying to keep things low in nicotine. But a couple of weeks ago, we went to a vape store in Columbus, Mississippi. And we got these 2 flavors that she said were new in the store. And we come home and put it in all of our smoke devices, our vape devices. And did not even think to look at the amount of nicotine that was in each one. They were 18.5 grams of nicotine in these bottles. So we had used it 2 weeks, and since the flavors were so good, I mean, using it not just for the nicotine, because it really wasn't feeling the urge for nicotine, but the flavor was so good, and it was a good way to kill the time. And for me, being on my keto diet, it keeps me in the evenings from wanting anything else to eat, was vaping. And I was vaping too much, and I had put myself in a toxic level. And when I read about the symptoms of nicotine poisoning, I had every single one of the symptoms. My inability to focus my eyes, my inability to walk steadily, my inability to focus my brain on things. It would take me an hour just to get dressed because my brain couldn't figure out what I need to do next. And tremors, my hands were getting real shaky, and I couldn't even hold this phone for a good while because it would start shaking. And I feel much better once I found out the probability of what was causing this, but with the things going on here with weather and with this other virus coming around, there was no need for me to go to an emergency room and try to get something for it, because I know what the problem is, and I know to cut way back on my vaping. I took each of those flavors that were 18.5 and diluted those with just plain glycerin that made it automatically more than half the amount of nicotine in each bottle. And then because I had diluted so much, I used a non-nicotine flavoring, because I mixed my own vape juices, and I know how to do that with my glycerins and my flavoring, and then I just put a certain amount of nicotine in each one. Well, I knew what to do to make. I didn't add any nicotine whenever I added these flavorings and glycerin, so that it would still have good flavor, but then not have, it would be less than half of the 18.5. So I can use that now. But I'm trying to use the least amount of what I had on hand. And I'm not doing it very often at all. But I do have the nicotine in my body, so I'm not wanting to go cold turkey and go through some kind of withdrawals or spasms or something. I'm just trying to cut down enough so that I can get over this over toxic feeling that I have. So that's where I am at this point. So hope y'all had a good Easter. This is Easter today. And even if it wasn't for the coronavirus, you know, we still would not be socializing with large groups of people, and they wouldn't be bringing their kids by for Easter egg hunts like we always have every year. But even if we could have, because of the storm coming through and the 2 tornado warnings, we weren't able to have a bunch of kids over anyway. And so we've missed out on that. It's been such a bad year this year. So we're ready to get all this stuff over and behind us so that we can start living again. Okay, y'all. I will let y'all go. Love y'all. See y'all as soon as we can. Bye.